So the countdown for Solo Leveling Arise for the global launch has officially begun. And with that, we've obviously what developers have mentioned within the developer notice. It's fair to say that for the future of Solo Leveling Arise, it looks hype, interesting, and more importantly, I feel like it's got us on the edge of our seat in terms of what more could we expect for this game. Now, of course, the game itself, fantastic in terms of gameplay and whatnot. Yes, there's a few hiccups, but for the most part, you know, most are enjoying it, which is what you want to see and what you want to hear. Now, with all that being said, with Solo Leveling Arise, there are a lot of components which, let's say that we're all kind of looking forward to in terms of who are the next characters, what new game modes have they got in store for us, what new piece of content do they have in terms of passes and costumes, etc. What originality like in terms of characters and storyline itself also, you know, what more could we expect? So now, through all of that, whenever new games drop, it's all cool to kind of get hyped out about that type of stuff. But in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, what if we had two worlds colliding? And what do I mean by that? I'm talking about collaborations. Collaborations are always a hype and exciting thing for games, right? And with Netmarble, they've been down this road many times in terms of having two IPs clash together to produce hype, to get the player base amped, as you could say. And it begs the question, who's going to be the first collaboration for Solo Leveling Arise? Now you're probably wondering, why am I mentioning all of this? Well, I mean, look, Mass came out with this, and in the back of my mind, I knew at some point Solo Leveling Arise will come out with a collab. It was just kind of difficult to pinpoint on when we could expect it. Early on, later on, who knows. But Mass came out. Since it is Netmarble, there will almost always be a collab around the 4th or the 6th month in their game. For Solo Leveling Arise, they don't mention it on the roadmap plan. Either way, they already scrapped the original plan, so what collab do you think it will be? I mean, look, it's a fair point. Netmarble does do collabs, we know this. If you've played any previous Netmarble games before, I'm sure there's been at least one collab. Obviously, the last previous game I played for Netmarble was 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and they had quite a few collabs, so we could expect something for Solo Leveling Arise. But obviously, keeping in touch in how the game is looking, the mechanics of Solo Leveling Arise, I feel like they just can't throw in any anime. You know, I think they have to be pretty precise, which fits the game. That's my look at it. And so, yeah, as he mentioned, with Solo Leveling Arise, the roadmap is kind of scrapped now. I really wouldn't... I mean, yeah, we would have to kind of take this with a bit of grain of salt, because, of course, you know, as you guys can see with the storyline... Oh, sorry, with the roadmap. Yeah, Kage is now being pushed to May. So, like, things are being moved around. From what it looks like, I feel like with content, they're just releasing it early, like a month early, by the looks of it. So, the 4th month, I mean, it falls in line with the 100 days anniversary. So, I mean, that would be hype. It's a celebration time. Throw in a collab, two IPs coming together. Who knows what the IP could be? And so through that, I wanted to go through all of the IPs and collaborations that they've done. Tower of God, that's going to be a huge one, you know. I think that, obviously Grand Cross, or 7 Deadly Sins, should I say. I think that's going to be a fan favorite. I feel like at the very most, 7 Deadly Sins at some point will probably make their way in. It'll be interesting to see on how they do that. King of Fighters, that will, I think King of Fighters sets, like the character settings fit extremely well and kind of quite easily fit in with Solo Leveling Arise, so that could be interesting. Fate, oh my god, they can do crazy. I don't know if we'll ever, I mean, well, I hope we do, but Fate, in my opinion, will fit in beautifully. Just a personal opinion on that one. I would love to see that type of collaboration. But like, these are the IPs that they already have, hence why we're kind of looking at these to be like, okay, could we see anything from here? Obviously, they can utilize any celebration time for these games to then do the collab, to then bring awareness over to their other games through the Solo Leveling Arise fan base, of course. So, yeah, these are some of the IPs that they have. I know a lot of people will probably lean towards 7 Deadly Sins, which is a fair move. Now, obviously, with 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, there has been some weird collaborations, but more importantly, collab IPs that they've got the rights to, I guess you could say. I don't even want to begin to know how they'll do Attack on Titan in terms of the Titan form. How would that work? I mean, I guess they can implement it within their ultimate. Like in their ultimate, they go Titan form to do an attack, but then after that, they go back to regular form. Yeah, that would be weird to see. Yeah, God knows. Nah, this ain't gonna work. This was actually a pretty strange one, but that ain't gonna work. ReZero, yeah, I could see that working, to be honest. I don't know what Shield Hero is, so I'm not too sure about that. Don't know what. Yep, never heard of this anime before, so we'll move along. And then obviously we had the Overlord. Overlord we might be able to see. I could probably see that fitting in. Maeve is that K-pop group, so I'm not too sure on that one. And then yeah, Tower of Gods, I do feel like we can see that coming. But again, these are just some of the collaborations of a game that I've previously played that they've done collabs for. So it's fair to say that we're not just sticking with Netmarble IPs. There is more to it in terms of what we could expect. So if you want to think outside the box, it is an option. Another game which we could potentially see collabing with SOLOLEVELINGSKR is one of the new games that Netmarble's working on, being Shangri-La Frontier game, which looks interesting, looks cool, not to say the least. Especially, I mean, to be fair, the quality of this game actually looks pretty decent through the gameplays that I've seen. I don't know if I can show you guys. I mean, well, yeah, this is kind of a brief gameplay look of it, so it looks pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see. Well, it'll be kind of weird to see a bird, someone in a bird mask, fighting us. You know, you know. There's Jim, we're just all seriousness and whatnot, and then out comes this dude in like a freaking Psyduck mask, just kind of quacking away. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. I thought I'd also show their previous lineup that they had. I mean, there are certain games that haven't still been released yet, but again, just more IPs and games. But I mean, for the most part, I'm really looking around, and I think Grand Cross W might be a play. Obviously, Tower of God is already out, but that's also another play that they can make. Again, you got to keep in mind with collaborations. Most times, developers use it as a time to potentially promote their other games, or if outside developers are trying to get out a new game, they'll use means of getting collaborations sorted out to hype up their game. So obviously with SOLOLEVELINGSKR, we know this game is going to be huge because it's already got like what 12+ million pre-registration. The soft launch is an absolute banger, and so there's already a huge player base and an up-and-coming player base to happen when global launches. And so outside developers will see this with their new games that they're working on to be like, maybe if we collab with SOLOLEVELINGSKR, that can bring that player base attention over to our game. So obviously that's how they can utilize that. Obviously with the previous G-Star Origins, again, that's going to be an IP which I genuinely feel like SOLOLEVELINGSKR might come across, or yeah, come over to Arise, of course. And then we've got, I'm not too sure what this game is, Demis Reborn Grand Cross, never heard of it. Although the gameplay kind of looks cool, so maybe they want to kind of bring that over, maybe, to hype up that game. I'm not too sure, but yeah, there's a lot of IPs to look into in terms of what, you know, on who would be the first collaborations. But yeah, I thought I'd make this video just to kind of see what names you guys give. So again, even though I'm showing you guys some of the IPs that they have the rights to, as well as IPs that they've worked before, think outside the box. Like, what would be... Okay, we'll do it like this. Realistically, what do you think could be the collaboration IP? And then what is your dream IP? So for me, realistically, who would be the first collaboration? I think I'm just gonna have to be, because I feel like a lot of people are gonna say, you know what? No, I'm gonna say realistically, Tower of God. I feel like realistically, Tower of God. Now, what's my dream collaboration? That is right, Devil May Cry. Of course, this is the IP. This is my dream IP, truth be told. Chances are probably never gonna happen. I'm just being realistic here. It's a dream IP, hence why I went with it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be a miracle if they do choose to work together, Capcom, of course. But you know, like I say, I'll stay optimistic and hope that one day this will become a reality. You know, it'll be pretty cool to take Dante, Virgil, Nero as a team with Jinwoo. Imagine if that ever becomes reality. My mind would be absolutely blown away if that ever happens. Like on Solo Leveling Arise, I'm picking Dante, Virgil, and Nero as my team. Like what? Oh yeah, how can I forget about V? But V's technically Virgil. Anyway, so yeah, that's my dream IP. But yeah, let me know yours down below. But either way, you know, collaborations they do not shy away from. So yeah, I'm eager to see on what becomes of Solo Leveling Arise with their first collaborations. That and you know, how the gameplay style of that set collaboration character will look and work. That'll be pretty interesting. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will end it there. Collaborations, see what happens for the future. It's 4 to 6 months. We'll put that on the timeline and we'll wait it out and we'll see what happens. It does fall in line with one of the celebrations, so we'll see from there.